Good afternoon, friends. Gary Gaurantee from Gaurantee Estate Agents. Today we're going to talk about a very critical topic: rental guarantees. Everybody seems to be offering rental guarantees these days. They're selling in Melbourne, Brisbane, Sydney. A lot of rental guarantees in place, and we would like to shed some light how actually these rental guarantees work in detail. I'll try to make my point. However, if something is not clear, please feel free to call the office on our office number, which is 0291312000. So friends, how rental guarantees work? What do you mean actually by rental guarantee? As an investor, if you are investing interstate, you might be confused how rent's going to be managed. Will the property be vacant for a lot of time? And because let's say you're in Sydney, you're buying a property from us in Brisbane, you might be thinking how frequent the rent will be dispersed to you and how secured the investment property will be. So what we have done is we have negotiated few rental guarantees with local real estate agents who are managing a lot of investment properties there. So what we have negotiated with them is, okay, we will be offering you clients from Sydney. However, you need to look after the property and manage it in a very professional way and the most efficient way possible. And one of the factors we need is consistent rent. So one of the real estate agent we use is Ray White. They do offer rental guarantees throughout Brisbane, even in Melbourne and Sydney. We do deal with a lot of builders interstate. In Sydney, Gaurantee will be more than happy to offer rental guarantees to you from our own. However, interstate, we need help from the local real estate agent. Okay, friends, so let's dig down how this rental guarantee works. Okay, let's say we have a rental guarantee of 3 years. So in 1 year we have 52 weeks. Let's talk in weeks because the rent is calculated weekly basis, and to give you correct figures, let's talk in number of weeks. In 1 year we have 52 weeks. Let's say rental guarantee of 3 years, that is 156 week. So how it works is, normally if anybody says rental guarantee of 3 years, you need to understand that every rental guarantee will have a buffer for vacancy. For every year, normally real estate agents have a buffer of 4 weeks. So over a period of 3 years, the buffer will be for 12 weeks. So we're not saying the property will be vacant for 12 weeks, but that's the buffer for the rental guarantee. However, at least you are very confident that for, let's say, 48 into 3, which is 144, I guess, for 144 weeks, rent will be in your bank account. So, okay, let me explain how it works. When you are buying a home and land package through us, what we do is, as I explained, we have a rental guarantee from a real estate agent. You have a land contract, you have a building contract. Once you settle on the land, the construction starts. Some builders do offer access to the property before the practical completion so that we can start finding tenants. Some don't. So that's why the buffer is there. So once the property is available for rent, we advertise, our partners interstate advertise the property, and once the property is leased, that's the date from which the rental guarantee starts. So let's say the property is leased from today. The rental guarantee will be for next 3 years, and for 3 years, as I was explaining, 156 weeks, rental guarantee will be for 144 weeks. Let's say, just to put some figures to make you understand better, let's say we have a rental guarantee of $500, right? So $500 into 52 weeks, which is $26,000, I guess, 552 into 500 into 50 is $25,000, another 2 weeks. So, which is another $1,000, I think $26,000. So, however, as I was saying, instead of $26,000, the rental guarantee will be for 48 weeks, so 4 weeks short. So that means $2,000 short. So that means $24,000. So rental guarantee for every year will be for $24,000. Having said that, if the property is leased, the rent is all yours. If the property stays leased for 3 years, then the rent, $26,000 into 3, the rent is all yours. Rental guarantee is just to cover the worst come cases, worst case scenarios. It's like insurance, you know. So what we want for our investors is the peace of mind. So yes, if the property is leased for all the 156 weeks, you get the rent for throughout. However, let's talk about worst case scenario. Let's say the property was vacant for some time, and we calculate over a period of time that the property was vacant for more than 14 weeks. Let's say the property was vacant over a period of 3 years, 14 weeks. We have a buffer of 12 weeks, but that extra 2 weeks will be paid by the local real estate agent who have offered you the rental guarantee. So if the property is vacant more than 14 weeks, you don't need to worry about that. Is all covered in the rental guarantee. So another reason of having a rental guarantee is when we offer rental guarantees as a real estate agent, we actually work really hard to get the property leased, because nobody wants to lose money, as you can probably understand. So the local real estate agents try really hard to get access to the property, even if the tenants are vacating. Let's say we lease the property first year, the tenants are vacating, we try to lease the property before actually they even move out, so there is less vacancy rate. So that's where the buffer comes in place as well. I hope it sort of clear up what actually we mean by rental guarantee when we offer a per week rent. There is another rental guarantee way we offer, which is percentage. So rental guarantees can be offered in terms of percentage. Let's say a rental guarantee at 4%. So what I mean by that is, or even 3.5%. So let's talk about 4%, which is pretty common in Sydney. So let's say if you're buying investment property through us, let's say anywhere, we do actually sell investment properties in Southwest, Northwest, throughout. So let's say if we are offering a 4% rental guarantee, what I mean by that is you are buying a property of, let's say, $800,000. So 4%, which is $32,000. So you, from the time of settlement, you will have a rental income guaranteed through us or one of our preferred local agent, which could be Ray White, Century 21, because we do operate in the areas where we don't have the office. So we want to do the right thing. So we get one of the local real estate agent and get them to give you the rental guarantee. So when I say 4%, so that means for, let's say, $800,000 property, $32,000, $700,000 property, $28,000. So that's the rent which would be guaranteed for 1 or 2 years, whatever is in black and white. So once we sell home and land packages, we do have rental guarantees in place as well, just for that extra peace of mind. I hope this clears up how rental guarantees work and the different type of rental guarantees. However, we do understand things maybe they sound a bit complicated, and we are more than happy to sort of sit down one-on-one and explain rental guarantees in detail. Please feel free to call the office on 0291312000 to get more information about the rental guarantees and the home and land options we have for you. And I will be more than happy to discuss this further on one-on-one basis as well. I hope this clears up the fuss about rental guarantees and how they work, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Thank you, and we talk soon.